Errors can occur in the use of any of the parts of speech or the arrangement of words in a sentence. Here are some commonly observed errors. Subject-verb agreement. A verb must agree with its subject in number and person. In other words, if the subject is a singular word, the verb form must show that it is so by adding an s or es to itself. Such a relation is called subject-verb agreement. This relation is expressed through the verb form used in the sentence. Here are some points to remember. A singular subject takes a singular verb, whereas a plural subject takes a plural verb. A subject usually comes before a sentence beginning with of. Two singular subjects which are connected by or, either, neither, nor take a singular verb. Sometimes, when the subject and the verb are joined by words like as well as, along with, besides, then a singular verb follows a singular subject. And same goes with plural form. In sentences beginning with words like here and there, the subject comes after the verb. When two or more subjects are connected with the verb by and, then the verb has to be plural. Some nouns, which are plural in form but singular in meaning, take a singular verb. Often by what is called the error of proximity, the verb is made to agree in number with a noun near it, instead of its proper subject. It should be avoided. Errors pertaining to subject-verb agreement are commonly observed in the usage of nouns and pronouns, as we shall observe in the subsequent slides. Following are some sentences with errors in the usage of nouns. That bunch of keys belonged to me. A large crowd were expected for the congressman's rally. Ill news travel fast. She were always well behaved. A lot of money have already been spent on the furniture. The correct edited sentences are as follows. That bunch of keys belongs to me. A large crowd was expected for the congressman's rally. Ill news travels fast. She was always well behaved. A lot of money has already been spent on the furniture. Some sentences with errors in the usage of pronouns are: the boy which had won the prize was very happy. He and me went to have dinner at a Thai restaurant. She brought sweets for he and her. The yellow umbrella was mine. Mine money is all gone. The correct sentences are as follows. The boy who won the prize was very happy. He and I went to have dinner at a Thai restaurant. She brought sweets for him and her. The yellow umbrella was mine. My money is all gone. Students tend to make errors in the usage of determiners while dealing with sentences containing adjectives. Articles also act as quantifiers or determiners, and errors are common in their usage as well. Let us understand determiners briefly before we proceed to discuss the errors found in the usage of adjectives and articles. A determiner is a word that signals or identifies a noun. It gives the noun a reference and determines its meaning in a context. Examples: the boy lives in that house. My keys are in her car. Look at those rabbits. A man saved that child from drowning. In the above sentences, the highlighted words are determiners. We can see that these words fix the reference of the nouns in the sentences. Determiners can be classified as specific or general. Specific determiners are also used when we understand that the listener knows what we are referring to. Some of them are the definite article, the, possessives, my, his, your, her, their, whose, are, demonstratives, this, that, these, those. General determiners are used when the listener does not know what we are referring to. Some of them are indefinite articles, a, an, any, some, much, many, a few, either, neither, a lot of. Following are a few sentences with errors in the usage of adjectives. She spoke to me polite. The room has become warmly. Is there some food left? She works hardly. She sang melodious, and the audience was spellbound. Here are the corrected ones. She spoke to me politely. The room has become rather warm. Is there any food left? She works hard. She sang melodiously, and the audience was spellbound. Following are a few sentences with errors in the usage of adverbs. The news is very good to be true. The food is too tasty. I cannot by no means allow you to do so. I was much pleased to see him. He plays the guitar good. Here are the answers. The news is too good to be true. The food is very tasty. I cannot by any means allow you to do so. I was very pleased to see him. He plays the guitar well. A few sentences with errors in the usage of prepositions are as follows. We woke up by dawn. Come back by an hour's time. I went to meet her yesterday night. I insist in punctuality. I hope he succeeds at his task. Here are the corrections. Did you get your prepositions right? We woke up at dawn. Come back in an hour's time. I went to meet her last night. I insist on punctuality. I hope he succeeds in his task. In the following sentences, there are errors in the usage of articles. Gold is the precious metal. An apple a day keeps a doctor away. Spain is an European country. Only some students knew a right answer. I shall return in less than an hour. Let's check the answers. Gold is a precious metal. An apple a day keeps the doctor away. Spain is a European country. Only some students knew the right answer. I shall return in less than an hour. Following are some sentences with errors in the usage of conjunctions. He worked hard and he failed. She must weep, but she will die. Neither you or your friend did the work. I am unwell and I will help you. Either he is very rich, he is down to earth. Here is the correct usage of the sentences. He worked hard, but he failed. She must weep or she will die. Neither you nor your friend did the work. I am unwell, but I will help you. Although he is very rich, he is down to earth. Here are some erroneous sentences formed using idiomatic expressions. My sister tried making chicken wings, but accidentally burnt them to a crisp. She walks with her head on the clouds. I caught the cold from my brother. Whenever I begin to narrate any experience to my mother, she always jumps on conclusions. We should always look to the bright side of things. Let's see how many idiomatic expressions you got right. My sister tried making chicken wings, but accidentally burnt them to the crisp. She walks with her head in the clouds. I caught a cold from my brother. Whenever I begin to narrate my experience to my mother, she always jumps to conclusions. We should always look at the bright side of things. Here are some rules pertaining to the correct usage of tenses. Tenses are important for conversion of direct speech into indirect speech. While converting direct speech to indirect or reported speech, take care that quotation marks are removed. That is added in simple sentences. We must remember that native speakers do not normally use the word that to introduce indirect speech. In the case of remarks or simple statements, reporting verbs such as said, told, stated, informed are used. If the reporting verb is in the present or future tense, there is no change in the tense of the verb in the indirect speech. If the reporting verb is in the past tense, The tense of the part to be reported must change to its equivalent past. Simple present changes to simple past. If the reporting verb is in the past tense, then the simple past tense in the direct speech is often turned into past perfect. Past perfect tense and past perfect continuous tense remain unchanged. If the reporting verb is in the past tense, shall or will future reference in the direct speech is changed into should or would respectively according to the subject. The simple present tense in universal facts and habitual actions does not change from direct to indirect speech. Error occurs in Let's flex some neurons and complete a few exercises. The following passage has not been edited. There is one error in each of the first 9 lines. Also, underline the correction you have supplied. Identify the error and supply both the incorrect and the correct words in the columns alongside.